Welcome back. Your child is coughing, sneezing, and you think, could it really be another cold? Well, the answer is yes. Making a house call tonight, Dr. Karla Smith from the Traverse Area Pediatrics and Adolescent Clinic. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Smith, a lot of parents may think, okay, my child seems like they get colds very often, but you say this is normal.
Well, especially at this time of year, I think parents, by the time we hit March, April, are sometimes frustrated. Especially with younger kids. It may, on average, actually, kids under 6 years of age average 6 to 8 colds a year.
That seems like a lot.
It might. Our cold season here lasts usually from like about when school starts, maybe the middle of September until at least April, if not May. So if your child's had, say, a cold a month in that time period, there's 6 right there.
Wow.
And it may seem like they're sick all the time. That may or may not be normal, depending on the individual person.
Are there children who perhaps are in environments who get sick more?
Certainly, secondhand smoke seems to be a setup for chronic nasal symptoms, and that can make colds worse. Kids who are in daycare, or young children who may not be in daycare but who have older siblings who go to school and bring colds home, tend to be more at risk for getting more frequent colds.
And then obviously the adults getting the kids sick, and then vice versa.
Right.
Now, you always sit there, you look at your child and they're miserable. You want to help them feel better, but a lot of times you don't know if it's a cold or if they're, hey, I need to go to the doctor.
There are certain things that you can expect with a cold. Colds in infants and young children last about 10 days.
Okay.
But that's not to say you need to wait 10 days to be seen or to call your doctor. If your child has a fever that lasts more than 48 hours, it's worth at least a call to your doctor. If it seems like they're getting worse instead of getting better, if their coughs are getting worse, if they're sleeping less well, or if they're not eating as well as they should and that's getting worse instead of gradually improving, that merits a call to your child's physician.
And what about cold medications, ibuprofen, cough medicine, things like that?
Medicines like ibuprofen for infants who are over 6 months of age, or Tylenol, really for kids of any age, can be good treatment for fevers or for the achiness that can go with a cold.
Okay.
There are not cold medicines available for kids under 2 on the market. Those were pulled in 2007.
Oh, wow.
For safety reasons as well as for reasons of efficacy, meaning did they work or didn't they work. The American Academy of Pediatrics actually does not recommend using cold medicines for anyone under 6 years of age.
Wow, that's good to know.
It is.
Wouldn't want to put your child in any danger.
Well, and there are 2 reasons for that. One is there are really no studies that suggest that those medications work.
Wow.
And obviously if you want your child to feel better, but you want to use something that actually works.
Exactly.
And you want to use something that's safe. The risks, if you go to the store and you see all the cold medicines that are available, lots of those medicines are combination medicines, and so it can be confusing for caregivers to say, okay, I gave this at this hour, now can I give this medicine?
Can I mix it?
And so the risk of overdose is significant.
That's scary. Now, I know you were saying if a cold lasts longer than 10 days, see a doctor, but there's also a sign that, hey, always see a doctor, right?
If as I said, if there's a fever that lasts more than 48 hours, I would for sure. For sure. I would call. I would call for sure and discuss it with your physician. It depends on what the cold virus is and what's going around in the community. There are lots of factors that play into that. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr.